Aloha and welcome to Mana Inspiration with yours truly, Note Endurance. And like always, we're going to have our scripture. And this week's scripture we have today is in Proverbs 24, verse 16, which states, For though the righteous fall 7 times, they rise again. But the wicked stumble when calamity strikes. On that, it reminds me of Les Brown's saying, and his quote that he says is, if life knocks you down, try to land on your back, because if you can look up, you can get up. And that's 100% right. Same with Aaliyah's song that came out in early 2000s is at, if at first you don't succeed, dust yourself off and try again. That's 100% correct. We fall 7 times, but we get up 8. Dust yourself off and try again. I heard this, and this has 100% meaning to what we're talking about. It says, your dream does not come with an expiration date. Think of that. Take a deep breath and try again. I think we should definitely keep trying no matter what happens in life and things that happen to us. Now, it kind of gives me an example of trying again, and it's a mother and a baby. When the mother, it doesn't give the baby a time limit to start to walk. All she does is encourage him every single day to try to get that next step. If he falls, he wants to pick that baby up and try again. You know, we don't sit there and try to say, hey, well, looks like my kid can't walk. Now I'm going to actually give up. We're going to sit there and keep pushing and keep pushing. He's going to try again and again and again until he or she gets it. And that's how I think we should incorporate that to life and our problems and our situations and our happiness, you know? So I ask this question is why do we give up after once or twice? And those babies that are trying to walk, which we already can, are doing it over and over and over. So why can't we adopt that baby method to where we just fall, we dust ourselves off, and we try again? The difference, this is what my dad always told me. And he says the difference between the successful and the non successful is the successful never gave up. So I encourage you not to give up, not to just fall apart when something happens. Sometimes you got to sit in it. Sometimes you got to say, okay, like that saying says, your dream doesn't come with an expiration date. So take a deep breath and let's try it again. If one day doesn't go your way, let's take a deep breath and let's try again. I encourage you not to give up. And this is on your dreams, on your family, on your everyday life, your job, what you want to do, and what God is calling you to do. Don't give up. Now, when I did direct market sales, I used to always carry around a piece of paper in my pocket. And the piece of paper would read, keep going. So every single time that I would get discouraged or I would go into a store and somebody would say something that's not professional or basically just trying to downgrade you, I pull out that paper and I read, keep going. Because that is the difference between the successful and the non successful. Also, with that, in sales, I was taught there's a law of average. The law of average is basically the more people you talk to, the more money you will make. And what I mean by that is they have a odds. So 50 out of 300 is going to tell you yes. Now we got to talk to the 300 in order to get to those 50 yeses. We don't know if it's number one or if it's number 300, but we have to talk to every 300 person to get our law of average. And I encourage you to believe in it, just like that law of average. Believe in it that I am just dusting myself off and I'm getting up to try again. This week, I encourage you, if something goes on, something goes wrong, dust yourself off, take that deep breath, and let's try again. On that note, I love you guys. Aloha. Salute to the troops. Like the message, subscribe, share it with others. And like I say at every single video, here in Mana Inspiration, we are here to get to this thing we call life together. Aloha again. I love you guys. You have a blessed week. Thanks.